So this is high country farming, as they call it. We're way up, but it's kind of everywhere in the North Island where it's just hills everywhere. And they etch out these terraces, these small terraces in the hillside so that the stock have got something to grab onto with their hooves and as they graze up the hills. And this is pretty typical, although it's not as severe as some that I've seen. And then you'll get the flat valleys. This one opens out a little bit further up, but you have this river running all the way through it. So while it's somewhat flat, you know, with big dips and divots in it, so it's not really flat at all, it has, you know, a ravine running through it. So you have to put bridges across, you know, to get across to your own paddocks. But this is fairly typical of farming in New Zealand, and you can see how much easier it is in Australia with our flat land. This is what I'm talking about. Check this road out. This is a washout. This is so common. Half the road's gone. And it's reduced down to one lane. Like, I often wonder, like, who's the guy in the morning that, you know, they're merrily heading off to work or shopping or wherever they're heading off to, and they come across half the road missing. Like, it's a bit of a worry, but this is an extremely common occurrence around here. Maybe not so much the big ones, although that's the second one I've seen on this road, but there's certainly a lot of little ones about. This is farmland in New Zealand. Check it out. It's pretty harsh to farm in. One of the chores of living in a van is dumping the water in the tank for the washing up that we have at the little sink, and it goes into there. This is a dump point, which I was a bit scared about actually using, because, you know, dump point, that's for, you know, the toilets and those vans. And well, we've got one here, but we don't use it, we use the toilets. So I was expecting it to be a bit smelly and yucky, but I'm quite pleasantly surprised. It's not smelly, and I shouldn't have been too worried about it. The worst of it was this lid that I had to get off, because it's quite low on the car there. It cops all the mud and whatnot from when we're driving, and of course, you know, it's been raining for weeks on end, so we've got quite a bit of mud there, and my hands are dirty now. But at least our tank will be empty. So I've been a bit worried about doing any dishes. We've got a pile of them in there, and I didn't want to overflow it because we have a filled water tank, but not an empty waste water, grey water tank. So here we are, doing the chores off the road.